Hey guys, welcome to Know, I'm Adam.
And I'm Bruce.
And only 90s kids will get this episode of The Know.
Yeah, that's because reviews are in for Star Fox Zero, and just like slap bracelets, boy bands, and anti-skip CD players, it sounds like Fox McCloud should have stayed in the 90s where he belonged.
They already turned off the episode.
They're going along.
Throwing their laptop through the window. Actually, we had another zinger for you. Star Fox Zero, huh? I guess they already knew what the review scored get.
Wow, that was a good one, Eddie. Thanks,
Thanks,
appreciate it.
Okay, that's enough easy jabs at Star Fox, and in all fairness, there are some reviewers that enjoyed the game.
What?
So, is it good or what? Let's find out. Take it away, Lawrence.
Yeah, with 45 reviews, the game currently sits at 72 on the old Metacritic.
That's not so bad.
No, it's not so bad, but the disparity is kind of wide.
Okay.
Scores range from an astronomical 96 from Cheat Code Central.
Wow, Cheat Code Central.
Yeah, to an abysmal 40 from Giant Bomb.
Boo.
Now, to be fair, there's some conversion at play here. Cheat Code actually gave the game 4.8 out of 5. And Giant Bomb scores actually 2 out of 5, but
right.
you know how Metacritic do. You
Yeah,
gotta
we
convert it to 100 scales.
It's called Metacritic math. You know that.
It's weird how that goes. People want to get away. Whatever.
We
Funny.
understand.
So the running consensus across reviews seems to be that the controls take a lot of adjustment, or they're just plain bad, depending on how you look at it. But the game is fun enough once you adjust to using both screens at once.
Okay.
Yeah, and while it's not echoed in every review, many seem to say that Star Fox Zero is too familiar and dependent on past Star Fox games to really be interesting in this day and age.
Oh, so I need to know the story of Fox McCloud. I've already lost interest in my
Peppy
own thought.
and Slippy and Dippy and Juppy and all that other stuff.
Oh no, it's Wolf.
Let's take a look at the big outlets and see what they had to say about this weird-ass game involving space dogfighting anthropomorphic animals. Sexy space dogfighting anthropomorphic animals, you mean?
There's a whole subsection of the internet. Anyway, Venture Beats Mike Minotti opens by saying, quote, everyone stop panicking. The new Star Fox is good.
Were you panicking? Who's panicking?
Nobody was
I
panicking.
was about to cut my wrists open. Anyway, Minotti praises the game's visuals and dual screen controls, but then says the game is both too short and that the gyro ring sections are unnecessarily slow and boring.
Okay.
Mix all that together, and VentureBeat scores the game a respectable 83 out of 100. Yeah. Not bad, Fox.
Not bad at all. IGN is slightly less forgiving as IGN writer Jose Otero questions Nintendo's decision to split the gameplay across the TV and Wii U gamepad. Otero writes, I eventually did get good at it, but the learning process made my first hours more frustrating than they should have been. I often ran right smack into enemies and walls since it was hard to focus on moving and shooting at the same time. Still, Otero claims the game is worth playing regardless, giving the game a 7.5 out of 10.
Game Informer ranks next on our march to the bottom of the review thermometer. Writer Jeff Cork echoes IGN's problems with the dual screen controls, writing that, quote, even at their best, the controls are a necessary concession to giving the player better aiming options, rather than a fun way to interact with the game. Cork concludes by writing that Star Fox Zero isn't ever bad, but is generally uninspired, and scores the game a 6.75 out of 10.
That was a good Sessler.
I always wanted to be on X-Play.
That was a really good one. Lawrence, why don't you take this last one?
Yeah, we plopped at the bottom here. It's like coming down a slide and landing in the mud at the bottom. Giant Bomb's Dan Rickard didn't have a good time with this game. Even though he acknowledges that he was a huge fan of past Star Foxes and has been waiting for another traditional Star Fox, he wonders if this game is, quote, too little, too late. Again, he singles out the controls as a problem. He explains the controls are made to enable players to focus the camera on one target on the TV, but aim at another in the gamepad. He describes that there are like big arenas where you'll be flying around and the camera will focus on something at the center. So you'll be able to fly around with the controls and then shoot at stuff with the turret.
Yeah.
However, he writes, quote, these situations almost never come up, and when they do, it feels distracting and disjointed to look up and down between the two screens.
Sure.
He summarizes by writing that, quote, even though the format and gameplay are so similar to Star Fox 64, it feels like the time for this type of game has come and gone.
But wait! Turns out that slide keeps going into the depths of hell.
Oh, God.
Polygon's Arthur Geis refused to even rate the game, citing Polygon's stance that all reviews require that a game be completed or at least a good faith effort be made to complete it. Geis found so many issues with the game's controls and level design that he boldly declares, I am not playing any more Star Fox Zero.
Wait, we can do that?
I don't know. I'm not
Like,
sure.
So it's his job as a reviewer to just play,
Yes.
watch, and read, and then evaluate it, right?
Yeah, that's what he does.
So no matter how personally distasteful you find that product, you just do your
That's what
job.
you're supposed to do, typically.
Fuck it! We're done.
I mean, I guess if you just want to call it off, look, I get it. He said he made a good faith effort. Right, guys?
No, he said he didn't want to even do
A
that.
good faith effort?
He said, I played this a little bit, and I don't like it, so I quit.
Well, okay, I made a good faith effort to make this show, but I'm just gonna leave now.
Well, bye, Adam. I mean, he tried.
I find it too hard.
So sorry, 90s kids. You're old and stupid now. Take your 2 out of 5 and go back to playing Star Fox 64.
So this begs a larger question: can games from yesteryear even work today? Lawrence?
I think so. So a lot of people are saying, oh, Star Fox is just out of date. Like, it doesn't work anymore. Rail shooters, who needs them?
Sure.
Except that in the past generation, actually, we've seen a lot of examples of old kind of Nintendo games get revamped and actually be pretty good. Of
course.
The Wii U launched with New Super Mario Bros. U, which is essentially a scale-up of Super Mario World. Got an 84 on Metacritic. People seem to like it.
Yeah.
Even more than that, Super Smash Bros., the one for Wii U, blew that away with a 92 on Metacritic, and everyone loves that game.
great
And
game.
it's the 64 Smash with more characters, more stages, and more cool shit. And even to get more specific, the N64 Golden Boy GoldenEye got revamped in 2010 with a Daniel Craig interpretation of it, and it got an 81 on Metacritic, and that was a Wii exclusive for a year. It actually came out in 2011 on other consoles, but people seem to like it. So it doesn't seem that 90s gaming is particularly dated unto itself. Fun games are fun. It just has to actually be a good game.
Yep.
It sounds like Star Fox Zero has a couple of issues.
Does it really matter if you're Pierce Brosnan or Daniel Craig if it's a first-person shooter?
Voiceover and cutscenes?
He was just a block.
It doesn't really matter. So what's your favorite Ninja Turtle? What's the rarest Pog in your collection? You let us know in those comments. You talk about the cool stuff that you do in 1993.
Do you think there were Star Fox Pogs?
There gotta be Star Fox Pogs.
Yep, there were
What did you
Star
do in
Fox Pogs.
1993?
I remember I always wanted that toy, but I never bought it. It has a swap meet. It's just little stairs. They go up, they go up, they go up, and they slide.
Oh yeah, and then it goes back up.
I'm pretty sure if you go to a swap meet, it's like looking into a time capsule. It's probably still there.
Guys, there are Jurassic Park Pogs.
Of course.
Yeah, no shit.
There are Mega Man X Pogs.
Do you have a Metal Slammer or a Platinum Slammer?
Did you have a poison slammer?
Or an Alf Pog.
You guys ever heard of that Nickelodeon thing? Where they...
No.
It was the Halloween themed Nickelodeon thing and they called it Nick or Treat.
Can you guys do this in a video?
I know.
I was gonna say, wasn't it like 2 weeks ago that we watched like all the Nick or Treat videos?
It wasn't
Yeah,
that.
no,
Really?
I just like bringing it up every 2 weeks.
I just remember Are You Afraid of the Dark, but it's all Canadian children. They're like, this is what we find scary, Oot.
Shouldn't we be talking about 420?
Oh, fuck, it is 420.
Happy birthday, Hitler.
Happy birthday, Weed Gamers, Weed Nation.